Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate the support. 33, baby. 33 years of prison stores, man. Pushing, 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 pushing. And we're going to keep on pushing, man, no matter what the odds is. Like I told y'all today, this morning, man, we trying to get over that 100K hump. That's our first goal right there, 2024. To get over that 100K hump and keep it moving, man. Keep it moving onward and upward. We pushing this positive energy, man, and it's serious, man. We got to get this message out here to these youngins, and that's what we trying to do, man. Anything other than that is uncivilized, you know. These young people is going to prison, man, daily. Just because they misinformed, they ain't getting the information that they need to have. And that's what this platform is made to do, to try to provide them with the information to make a better choice. A better choice. So once again, I ask you, if you are subscribed, you are 87,000 people strong. If you are subscribed, get a friend, get one, get two, get three to subscribe. It's free. It's absolutely free. Free, Ben Luther Johnson. That's all I ask. Not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot. It's free, man. If you can't give somebody something that's free, then you ain't gonna be able to give them anything. So that's all I'm saying, man. So let's get these subs up. Check your own status. There's a lot of people watching from the analytics that say that, you know, you watch but you're not subscribed. Just take the time to hit the button, man. I appreciate it, man. It's all love. If you don't, it's still all love. Peace and blessing to everybody out there who support this platform. Let's go get them in 2024. We on the move. Books, cruise, book signings, cookouts, cruises, everything we're going to try to do. Merch, everything we're going to try to, you know, elevate and motivate in 2024. So big love to everybody who follow TBP Nation, everybody on the Morning Mud, everybody in the 6 o'clock who like, comment, share, and subscribe. Everybody in late night Twitch, everybody on IG, TikTok, all platforms, man. TBP Nation, stand up, salute, big love. Today this comes from a chat. This comes from a chat, man. Dude kept asking me, man, about you know, little people. He kept saying, you know, the M word, the midget word. I don't think you can use that word no more. That's what I was told anyway, but I don't know. So just not to be disrespectful, I won't say the M word, you know, I say little people, little person. And I ain't run into no lot of little people when I was locked up. I ran into one. I ran into a couple, but only one that was locked up. So I'll try to explain. I ran into one that was locked up, was actually incarcerated. It was one the dude had, it was his wife that used to come in the vision room. It was a little dude that used to be a CO. Them the only ones that I can recall off the top of my head, you know, but the one that was locked up, man, they say he was gangster, man, you know what I'm saying, on the street. Say he was, you know, he was a D-boy, man. He was a dope boy, stick-up kid and everything. I'm trying to figure out how you could do that when everybody know who you are because of your statue. You know, saying you so small, right? He was a real little dude, bow-legged, kind of, you know, had little muscles and whatnot. And yeah, he used to be wilding out. He'd be wilding out in prison. I ain't really know him like that, but I seen him and I seen some of his little incidents and I, you know, heard talk about him. But he won't never in the block with me, but he'll be on the yard with me. But he won't actually in the block with me. So I can't really speak to his character. I can only speak to what I used to see and visualize. But he used to walk around in the yard like he was, you know what I'm saying, like he was like that. And to my understanding, he would get in that sack inside, you know, inside prison too. You know, somebody would bring him that sack. He had a roller, CO, or whatever the case may be. But he used to get it. Because he used to have that work, man, you know, that weed and, you know, whatever else you want. And yeah, he was about that money. You know, he was about that money, and he was about you gonna pay him. But I told y'all that's how it is in prison. You have to automatically assume that if somebody is getting drugs in prison and they willing to go out there and hand in hand and sell these drugs, you have to assume that they're going to hurt you if you don't pay that money. Because if they don't, or if they don't have that assumption, then everybody going to get drugs from you because everybody going to want to get high and they ain't got to pay because they know you ain't going to do nothing. It's just not going to work. There's no way for that to work in prison. If you selling drugs in prison, you already know that you're going to have to put some work in. Because it's going to be somebody that's going to test you and not pay you. Somebody that's going to come with some tomfoolery, some larceny, skullduggery, tell you lies, try to get out the bill, oh, this won't that good, or oh, I ain't get it, or you sent it, but I ain't get it, it went to the wrong. All of that's going to take place in penitentiary when you're dealing with them drugs and you dealing with money. So you won't have to be a no-nonsense, iron fist person who say, man, I don't care nothing about that. I sent it to you. If you ain't get it, you should have said something. That's that. You owe me, pay me now, or pay the piper. That's how I go in prison. It's zero tolerance. You know, it's zero tolerance. If I send you something and you say, give it to Billy, right? And then you see me and I'm asking you where my money and you say you ain't never get it. And I know I gave it to Billy. You said, well, Billy ain't bring it to me. You told me to give it to Billy. So once you told me to give it to Billy, it's yours. When I put it in Billy's hands, it's yours. Whatever happened between there and there, you got to deal with Billy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the game go in the penitentiary. So it's no nonsense. So when you dealing with somebody in the penitentiary when it comes to them drugs and that money, then if you don't get paid, man, you got to get slayed. It's just like that. If you don't get paid, he got to get slayed, man. You know, and that's just the way it goes. That's why, you know, dealing with them drugs, just like anything else in prison, is so dangerous because, man, there's no mistakes allowed. You know, slips count too. I messed up. I couldn't do it, man. I overstepped. Okay. All right. You're going to get the same thing as if you didn't mess up. You're going to get the same thing as a dude who didn't pay. You're going to get the same thing as a dude who bucked. That's just how the game go. So he's selling drugs. So you know, any intelligent dude will know that he going to put some work in if you play with that money. And I can remember being on the yard with him one day, man, and they was talking about he was beefing with a dude. So, you know, when you know beef on the yard and you go on the yard, you know, usually it's in the air. You know, if you've been locked up a long time, ain't nobody got to tell you, you can smell it. I mean, you literally can smell it. You can tell by the body language out there. You can tell by the way dudes is moving. You can tell by their demeanor. The posture they in, it's just something that can't be explained. But you can tell when you've been in that penitentiary a long time. I could go out on the yard, man, and I could look around and I could see how people moving and see the expressions on their face and see, you know, the way they dress, the way they walking. I know if it's something getting ready to go down out there, man. I truly do. You know, and it took a minute, but I know it. I know it, and I be on point because you don't know, it could be you. You know what I'm saying? There's an old saying that walk out, they say when you walk in a room and you can't find the mark, you're him. So, you know what I'm saying? It's realness to that. But yeah, they were beefing, man, and then I seen them. I'm watching everything, and I seen them, you know, gathering the dude that they had a problem with, had a couple of dudes with him. He had a couple of dudes with him. They pulled up, you could see the body language and the way they was talking. And then him, and I assumed that the dude that owed him, they peel off to the side and they going back and forth, back and forth. And you could see the body language, like Shorty was like, I ain't going for nothing, man. Y'all want money, you know, man. And dude looking at him like, man, who you talking to, man? You got me messed up and all this stuff. And next thing you know, little Shorty reached up in there, and he may be little, but he started pulling out like he pulling out a 45 with a long barrel. And dude took off running. Boom. I'm thinking that he got something too, the way he talking with his aggressive nature, but he took off running. And Shorty chasing him there. You got to imagine he a little person, so he got a little, but he was fast. He was fast, so he chasing him, you know, trying to get him. And dude is dipping and dodging like he Bird Sanders. Now the dude is with him. His partners is looking at his partners, and they clutching like they getting ready to get it in, but then they like, boom, they trying to like cool their heads prevail, like this between them. But if you jump in it, we gonna jump in it. It's that type of vibe. But he can't catch dude. And dudes is stopping, and he like boom, and he stopping because they tired. And he like, man, come on, no, come on, you want to play with me? Come on, let's get with it, you know. And they trying to get it because as soon as these people in that tower see you, the compound that we was on, oh, they busting, pow, pow, pow. They like that. So they trying to stop running, then they cuff, and they looking, and they talking, and they beefing, then he pull out, and he running again. It was just chaos, right? But when you on that yard, when that type of stuff going on, you got to be on point. Because you don't know what might happen, man. You don't know if somebody might take that opportunity, got to beef with you to step to you. You know what I'm saying? Because they already see something going down, and they know the attention going to be over there. Those are moments where you got to be the most alert. Those are the moments you got to be most alert. Because dude to try to sneak up on you then because a distraction has already been caused. And dude got beef with you, but he ain't man enough to step to you face to face. He'll catch you when your back turned, put that thing in your back, and take off. See what I'm saying? You got to be on point and don't be looking at what's going on so much as not paying attention to your surroundings. You know, but Shorty couldn't catch him. He couldn't catch him, man, and he kept trying to catch him, and then they walking, they talking, they about 10, 15 yards apart. He keep on telling him, go ahead, stop now, holler at me. Come on, holler at me, what you running for? Dude ain't want to stop. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like I blame him. If he would have stopped, he was going to get some holes in him. He was going to be leaking, and he knew that. You know what I'm saying? But he giving the impression like when I get off this yard and get back to this pod, I got something for you. So that's why Shorty kept trying to catch him. The other dude, his team ain't do nothing to each other. They just letting them handle this situation. But it's almost a whole wreck period. He trying to get up with him, and he won't get up with him. Now, one time when he was coming around, I thought his homeboys were going to jump out and try to grab him, which would have made his homeboys get in it too. But I thought that was going to happen, but that ain't happen. He just kept trying to get at him and get at him. But eventually, they in the wreck over, they go in the building, whatever. And I heard it went down in the stairway. You know what I'm saying? Shorty got at him and popped him a couple of times before he could get up the stairway. You know what I'm saying? But he got up the stairway and both of them ended up getting locked up. But to my understanding, he got hit about 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew that if dude got back to the building and come out, because you pull that joint out on somebody and you don't use it, man, you know, you got to be on point, man, like I don't know what, because you got to assume he coming back, man, like the return of the Jedi. And, yeah, if you pull it out, man, you got to use it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to use it because if not, you mess around and get late, you get caught slipping. You know, you get caught slipping. But, yeah, Lil Young was a gangster. I ain't know him like that, but I knew he was a gangster just from the way he carried himself, the way his demeanor was, what his reputation was, what they were saying about him on the street. They say he take that money on the street. They say he drug deal, he sell that stuff, he get money and he take money, and they say he popping pistols on the street. It won't know Bethlehem, he popping them pistols on the street. That's how he ended up in penitentiary. But man, he was little as I don't know what. He couldn't have been no more than about, you know, I ain't Shaq or nothing, but he ain't even come past my chest. He was a little dude, but he was wide though. You could look at him and tell like he work out or he do something, you know what I'm saying, because of his stature or whatever, but yeah, he was up in that joint, man. He the only one that I seen in there as a little person. I heard it was other ones in there, but I won't never around. But this one right here that I knew, yeah, he'll put that work in on you, Shaw. He definitely put that work in on you. And then I knew this dude. I didn't know him, but I used to be in the visiting room every week, and I used to see him in there. He was tall, man, and I told y'all about this in another video, but he had a little person as a wife, and I heard they had some kids, a couple of kids and everything. But man, he used to be in there with her, and man, they used to be doing everything. They were funky rolling, yeah, they were funky rolling, like slow rolling. They were funky rolling, man, and they was been able to get away with it because, you know, she was so little, and everybody this was back when we could line up and everybody be crowding up at the entryway trying to get out, sneak their kisses in, their hugs, their feels in, and they used to get over in the corner, and he was so much taller than her. She was like right where she was supposed to be, and it was going down. It was like, yeah, it was known until, you know, everybody got to talking. But yeah, she used to come see him every weekend. She used to come see him every weekend. Dudes used to be at her too. Dudes looking at her, trying to throw a little ass. Dudes, you could tell dudes was fascinated with her because even though she was a little person, she was a nice looking little person, and she had a nice body. You know, so that's all it take for a dude in there. You know, dude in there, you know, we seeing these COs up here all day that look kind of crazy. So all women look good till dudes is locked up, man. They find the beauty in a woman. The appreciation of a woman is easier expressed when he locked up, because he realized now, like I say, they say you never miss your water till your well runs dry. So when you ain't got nothing, you can look at a woman and you can find the beauty in her. You can find it. Yes, as sure as grits is groceries. You're going to be able to find something in her that's, acceptable to you. So he used to be in there with her all the time, every weekend, because I went every weekend during this time, and I seen him in there all the time, and, he used to do what he do. It was what it was, Yeah, then you had this little dude. He was real little too. You could consider him a little person. If he won't, he was an inch from it. And he was little, man, all the way around the board, slim. Man, he was lucky if he weighed a 120. And he used to think he was the flyest joker on earth. And he used to come to work, man, and be talking cash stuff and talk about all the girls he messing with, and da-da-da-da. And then dudes used to joke him about how small he was. And he used to get fly out his mouth with him. But then you had dudes used to talk so belligerent to him, and he act like he, mad, and like if the door won't there, he'll tear you apart. How? How? You don't weigh nothing but $120, dog. You this tall, But that was his persona. And then I told y'all, man, in one of them stories I was telling you about, they had this dude named Ice, man. Ice used to be down on him. And you got these type of dudes whereas too, they'll just be like the equivalent to, a heckler, right? They'll be like the equivalent to a heckler to a comedian. And that's what Ice was to him. Ice used to be down on him and called him this, that, and the third. And boy, when Ice hit he hit the sore spot, man. You should start, calling him a boy. Say he was a boy. Say if you was in here, you be a boy, man. You know what I'm saying? A dude to do this to you, a dude to do that to you. Man, and he lost his ever-loving mind. What? What you say? What you say? And he downstairs. We on the top tier in segregation. And he downstairs. He the floor officer. He run all the way upstairs and take off running like he running to run up on somebody, put some work in, but we locked behind the door. He run all the way up to Ice door and slap on the door. Who the F you talking to, man? You don't talk to me like that. What is wrong with you? I'll kill you. I'll effing kill you. And bag up, start kicking Ice door. Boom. Boom. And Ice behind the door. Ice a big dude, man. Ice way bigger than him. He a big dude. And Ice a heck of a ball player. Ice looking at him like, get the door open then, shorty. What you doing all that for? You can tell the people open the door. I'll kill you. I'll have to kill you, man. Talk to me like that, man. You don't know me. And Ice like, get the door open. Come here and kill me. Get the door open. You're like, man, you just snatching. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do. You a girl. You a boy, man. You was in here. You know what they be doing to you, man. And man, they had him all discombobulated. I don't know if he thought that play was going to scare Ice into not talking like he was talking or whatever, but it just fueled Ice. And every day, all time, every time he come on shift, Ice calling him a girl, telling him the dudes probably doing this to him on the street. They definitely be doing it to you if you was in here. You look like a little girl. You act like a little girl. Man, that joker used to be mad as I don't know what. Man, he would threaten Ice, telling Ice, I got something for you. I'm going to get you. Don't worry about it. And he a CO. He a CO. You know what I'm saying? He was blood mad about that, man. Ice used to just ride him, man. Ride him. And some dudes call that, bidding off of. So Ice turned to a situation where he bidding off his short. Every time Shorty come to work, that's his entertainment. That's what keep him from not being bored behind that door. That's what give him something to do. That was his excitement. So Ice was bidding off of him, and he couldn't stand it, man. He used to come on, Ice used to call him sweetheart, blow kisses at him, tell him, man, you look just like a girl, man. You look better than my last girlfriend, man. Woo, woo, woo. And, man, he used to be like, man, BAN. I'm telling you, you don't know me. You don't know me. When you getting out? When you getting out? I had somebody out there waiting for you. You don't play with me like that, man. Woo. And this dude ain't number this big, man. He number this big. But that junk was messing with his psyche, plus everybody else could hear. So he felt like he was losing respect in the pod. And he losing respect from dudes who was looking at him even though he was small. Because a lot of dudes just come on and say, oh yeah, he got that money, man. He drive this, he drive that. Oh, he behind the girls. He liked it more of that big up than he liked what he was getting. Because he was getting embarrassed and he was getting like he was taking a toll on his ego. And man, I'm telling you, if he had a gun, he'd have shot Ice, man. He'd have shot Ice dead behind that door, man. He'd put a crack in the door and pow, pow, pow. He'd have shot Ice. That's how mad he was every day. He was trying to get Ice moved, but we in segregation. You can't get moved nowhere. We in segregation. But he ain't like Ice at all. But Ice used to ride him. But he was a little person, and that's more or less like the only really little people that I ran across, being locked up. I done ran across a whole lot of short people, but they wouldn't consider. I think it's a certain height that make it consider you a little person. I don't think I ran into nobody that was nobody else that was under that. I knew some short dudes, some little dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? They would be considered that. As a matter of fact, I had a little homeboy that I was cool with when I first started. Name was Squirrel. Squirrel was real little. Squirrel could have probably been considered a little person. But Squirrel went hard too. Squirrel had been locked up at the time longer than me, and Squirrel was known to push that Bethlehem. He was known to push that Bethlehem. Little bitty dude, man, but he was lion-hearted, and it be like that, man. So you can't judge a book by its cover. And all them people still human. They still human. They still have human thoughts, human behavior, human characteristics. It don't matter how big or how small they is. And some of them dudes will kill you faster than an average side dude will because they dealing with ego. They dealing with their ego. They not dealing with nothing else but that you trying to embarrass them. You trying to take advantage of them. You trying to carry them. And dudes ain't going for it. It don't matter how tall they is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Shorty was like that, man. And but the CO, that joker boy, he was blood mad, man. I'm telling you, if he had a gun, he'd have killed Ice. If he could cross Ice paperwork up, he was going to cross his paperwork up. If he could get Ice late, he was going to get Ice late. That's just how much he detests Ice for Ice verbally whooping him every day, verbally down on him every day, verbally embarrass him every day. That's how he was. And then Ice would wait till a female CO come on the floor and really mess with him. How y'all girls doing today, man? This y'all last day on shift and stuff? And the female CO might, who you talking to? I'm talking to y'all girls. I'm talking to y'all down there. Two little fine young ladies and stuff like that. And man, he used to be livid. I mean, livid. He wanted to hurt him, man. He really wanted to hurt Ice, man. But yeah, but them like the only ones I knew that comes to my mind right now. Just going back in the Rolodex in my brain. But I knew dudes like Squirrel and a couple other little dudes, but I don't know if they would be considered little people. But yeah, but that one that was in there was a gangster. Oh yeah, he'll put some work in. He definitely put some work. He was doing what he was doing on the street. He had a reputation on the street, and he carried that reputation into prison. And he put that work in, man. He would definitely push that Bethlehem. But other than that, nah, I can't remember any. I can't remember none of them that I ran across besides those ones right there. But it was an experience. But I did see it firsthand myself. He chased Joker with that knife, and I don't believe he was faking. I believe if he had caught him, he was gonna put it in him. And I think dude knew that. That's why dude wouldn't let him get close to him. And then dude knew he couldn't catch him. So it was run, walk, pace. And they steady talking the whole time. I mean, come on, you about that work. Come on, pull up on me. No, you got to jump. No, I'll put it down. Nah, come on up on me. All of that type of stuff. But, like I say, it ain't nothing go down until they got on the inside of the building. But, yeah, man, but I just want to tell y'all that, it is little people in prison. It's blind people in prison. It's wheelchair people in prison. It's amputated people in prison. Yeah, everything you could think of, they got them type of dudes in prison. Everything you could think of, from little people to blind people to crippled people to amputated people to mentally ill people, they all in prison, man. All in the same spot. They all there. They all there. Trust and believe me, man. The prison does not discriminate. We do, but the prison don't. They do not discriminate. They take all. Now, they may want more of one than the other, but they will accept all. If you out here messing up, yeah, they'll take. They definitely take you and leave the lights on too. So, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back. New videos on deck. Tomorrow, like I say, man, it can't stop, won't stop. If you don't get a video, it's because I'm doing other things. It's about TBP, but I would appreciate if y'all like the video, comment on the video, check your sub status, make sure you sub, man, so we can get this thing on to 100K and beyond and get the moving and be a force in 2024. TBP Nation, stand up, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and duck them hooks, man, they out there. Bah.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.